This is the Biz Call.
Question 1, what's your name?
Stephen Bulfer.
Question 2, what's the name of your business?
Streamloan.
Question 3, in a few sentences, describe your business.
Streamloan is a mobile-first, cloud-based, smart digital workflow platform, which we license to mortgage lenders as private-labeled software. We help lenders bring in more business and close more business with higher efficiency.
Okay. Question 4, what's your revenue model? How does the business make its money?
Sure. We license our platform to lenders based on either a per-closed loan fee or a per-user fee.
Interesting. So it's not licensed, no seat licenses or firm licenses, it's just a per transaction?
Per transaction or per user or per seat fee. So we have two different models based on the type of lender that we're working with.
Great. Question 5, are you brick and mortar, online, or both?
That's a good question. Digital online only is our core Streamloan platform, as we are a platform that we license to the mortgage business, bringing something like a Rocket Mortgage type digital mortgage experience to the rest of the thousands of lenders in the industry. However, our mortgage lending clients are both brick and mortar and online, so we can support both retail channels with brick and mortar as well as kind of the lights out, go through a mortgage application at 3 in the morning on your phone or on the web.
Okay. Question 6, this is the meat and potatoes question. How did you decide to get into this business?
It's a good question. I think the origin matters a lot, and definitely is a tell around kind of how the business has unfolded. I was given a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Guy Kawasaki back in high school. I was inspired by that. It was a holiday present from an aunt and uncle, and I was fascinated by real estate and the notion of passive income, etc. So, I took that as inspiration and a challenge to go figure out, how to invest. And so I literally played Monopoly while I was traveling with Deloitte after I graduated from college as my first step in a career. I was traveling all over the world, but mostly in the U.S. and North America, taking apart Fortune 500 companies and putting them back together the right way digitally, the digital transformation process that's been going on for the last 20 years. And I had a chance, real estate's local, so I had a chance to travel to all these cities, Miami and Boston and Chicago and Minneapolis and Denver and, many others, and ended up buying a property in each location across, all of these markets, and effectively created the equivalent of a small private portfolio or a small REIT. So that was kind of the first hint and insight. Every transaction was extremely frustrating. No semblance of customer experience, nothing mobile, barely anything digital or web, at all, no connected data, largely offline, faxing and such, and just saw, a multi-trillion-dollar industry, that was literally duct taped together. So that was kind of the first, part of the insight into the inspiration to go start this business. And then I topped that off with, my MBA across the University of California, Berkeley, and Columbia Business School. I did a dual degree, and my specialty was in real estate finance and specifically the subprime collapse. So after digging into that and unpacking, residential real estate and the mortgage space and having my own sort of hands-on experience, it was clear that there was a very, very large problem in a multi-trillion-dollar industry, much larger than the U.S. stock market.
So you saw the opportunity, this big gaping hole, and you jumped in to fill it.
Big gaping hole. When you look for new opportunities, it's always large industries, large TAM that are extremely broken, where you could potentially have an unfair advantage, and all of those three things came together.
Question 7: why would customers choose you over your competition?
Well, I like alliteration. For question 7, there's 7 pieces. Number 1, we have the a higher quality platform than our peers in the industry. And so that means the platform's easier to use, there's higher levels of adoption and conversion, and we deliver on the ROI that's really expected in an investment like this from a lending customer. Second, we're the most robust native mobile platform and web application in the industry, full stop. So that allows differentiation and adapting to new ways of working for the ecosystem that we're supporting. Third, Streamloan is a more configurable and customizable platform than others. And so this effectively allows us to more quickly and effectively meet the needs of our lenders. Next, customer service and customer success. It's the highest tier in the industry. And this allows our lenders to stay focused on their businesses, growing and managing their operations, and us in the background making sure that they're successful. We cover more aspects of the mortgage workflow than others. So that's kind of top of the funnel, CRM type capabilities, all the way through the origination process through the point of sale, which is our core engine. And that translates to reduced costs and reduce technical complexity for the lenders, again, allowing them to focus on their core business and stay in their lane and allow us to support them on the technology side. Six is providing more value, straight ROI. We provide, very, very strong benefits at a lower cost, so we provide higher value. And then last, number seven, it comes down to who's being selected, and Streamloan is being selected from the bunch, right? There's a number of different software solutions out there have been in market. Many of them have come and died already in the last 5 years that we've been around. But that's the strongest testament is when a customer looks at the set of credible options, and then you're selected. So
you've done this before, I can tell. Okay, question.
It is my fifth startup, and I love to build businesses from the ground up, and put a lot of passion and thought into them.
All right. Well, it being your fifth, let's go to question 8. What's the exit strategy or long-term goal for the business?
Sure. So our most likely path forward is to stay private until we're acquired. It's fun choosing a large, interesting industry, that hasn't had innovation or hasn't been disrupted, and put the highest quality team together and go tackle these hard problems. So it's fun, and I think the ability to stay private and stay focused and not have sort of quarterly expectations of public companies and some of the other challenges that come along with changing structure is useful. As a catalyst. But we've built and will continue to build, both a great SaaS business with strong economics and a best-in-class platform. So that's the goal every, day in, day out. The days turn to weeks, turn to months and quarters and years. And, what we've built is highly desirable to a number of future parent brands and businesses. And, whether we have our logo on the business, or if it makes sense for us to grow faster and impact more potential lending users, real estate users, or borrowers under another brand, we're indifferent, as long as there's sort of aligned DNA. And I think the big idea is, regardless of the path, it's really important to stay focused on delivering value to customers and partners, and of course provide a great place for our team to work.
Cool. Okay. So question 9, what are you doing to increase your business now?
So the good news is the market has been coming to us with a tremendous interest in digital adoption in 2020. I think there's been a lot of discussion, so I won't say too much about it with COVID-19 and the pandemic and how that's kind of shifted trends. But it has impacted lenders, and we feel strongly that the lenders that were using our platform and that have continued to adopt our platform, were kind of unscathed. They were able to seamlessly transition from working in brick and mortar in an office to working from your living room couch next to your kids, trying to keep them in distance learning. Right? We came off of a year of 600% year-over-year growth, which was absolutely explosive and exciting. But even more exciting, as we turn the corner, we've had more momentum than we've ever had, year over year coming into a new year, and it looks like 2021 is even going to be shaping up to be stronger than a 600% year-over-year growth, which is really fun, and it's a testament to the hard work of our team. Folks that are designing product and engineering and building product and shipping and selling product. So hats off to a team and company effort. And we're to bring it back to what are we doing to increase the business. In addition to the market coming to us, we're just trying to get in front of more opportunities. The ones we can get in front of, lenders see strong value and typically move forward. So it's really investing in more go-to-market to go faster.
Okay, so maybe question 10, because you're in that great seat, maybe it won't be terribly relevant, but assuming that you do marketing, how do you measure that marketing success?
Sure.
And you can pass on that if you want.
Of course. No, I think it's a relevant question. Whether you're a startup, inside your head, or if you're shipping product, I think marketing and brands matters, right? There's an exercise that I think is important, that all of us go through as an entrepreneur, and so the only question really is, are we providing value to our customers and partners? And I think are we more relatively providing value to those customers and partners than our peers in the industry? And if the answer is yes, we're successful, right? So that's sort of the 30,000-foot view. But to unpack that a little bit, I think first is awareness, right? It's true top of the funnel. Do lenders and partners know who we are, right? What do they think about us? What are their perceptions around our company and our brand and our product, right? Do they understand where we fit in to the industry, right? So that's first. Second is credibility in the industry, right? Mortgage is a highly regulated industry. It's complex. It's emotional on the purchase side when people are buying maybe their first home, right? Or maybe a family's pregnant and they're having twins and moving into a larger home to accommodate, right? So there's all kinds of emotions in buying and selling. So it's important, that Streamloan is a brand supporting all of these transactions, billions of dollars in origination volume. Are we driving results for our customers and partners, in a way that's cohesive with their brand and what they're trying to accomplish, and making sure that we kind of stand behind it. And then, the second part of that is, what is our level of involvement and pioneering and driving change in the industry? And the answer is it's everything, right? We helped invent digital mortgage along with the early players. We launched our first mobile first product in Q4 of 2015 before Rocket Mortgage at Quicken Loans made their announcement at the Super Bowl January 2016. So we are true pioneers, kind of dreaming big and shooting for Mars and hitting the moon, and it's fun. And then the third would be profitability, right? So this really relates to our ability to price for value delivered, right? It's kind of the Apple approach. Apple has a very, very high quality product, and they also have strong margins and strong prices to match. But are we able to grow profitably? Or are we able to deliver business results for our customers and our partners? It really comes back to the value equation, and I think that's largely overlooked in the enterprise sale. Everyone's talking about price. How much does your product cost? Well, it doesn't matter. It could be $1 million a seat, or it could be $1 a seat. The question is, it's the wrong question. The question is, how much value do you deliver to the business, and in what areas do you move the ROI and the needle, right? So that's how we think about marketing and marketing success.
Yeah, I think that last point is really something our listeners should rewind and listen to 3 or 4 times. Okay, so question 11 may be a no-brainer. It can be a one-word yes or no. Are you profitable?
Yeah. Well, I've always been beat up for being a little bit too verbose, and so I do have a couple of thoughts to share here.
Sure.
You know, as all Silicon Valley VC-backed companies, you know, it really depends on what growth is and what the growth plan is, right? Streamloan is on a path to profitability in 2021, but if we choose that as a business goal, we can hit it, right? I'd say, you know, at the moment we have such strong interest in the product coming across, you know, a space with literally thousands of lenders that, you know, growth is typically the right answer. And, you know, we want to continue to drive hard and fast to make the largest impact, right, on borrowers, lenders, and the real estate agents, you know, in the industry. And so as a result, you know, that doesn't necessarily tip you into, you know, a lifestyle business where you flip into the black and grow, you know, 3% or 5% a year. Nothing wrong with that. Not saying that's a bad thing. It's a great thing if that's the goal. But you know, as a VC-backed Silicon Valley company, the expectations are pretty high for growth.
Yeah, I think that's also another really interesting thing, that immediate profitability isn't always the goal. And I think a lot of people need to hear that. Question 12, how many employees do you have?
We have 20 today and quickly growing. It's hard to keep track. You know, luckily I still know everybody's resume and their backgrounds, and typically have a personal relationship with them before bringing them on. But you know, at some point, you know, as the CEO, you don't know everyone as well, and I guess I welcome that when we get into the you know, the hundreds, probably, you know, mid hundreds of employees at some point. But I would say, just to kind of, you know, expand on a little bit, I think the number of employees does not tell the story, however, right? So you can compare, you know, our 20 to another company's 20, but they might be wildly different outcomes, which I've seen and I would expect. And we definitely punch above our weight, I would say by magnitudes, right? Our product, platform, reach, and growth is superior to many of the competitors and peers in the industry with hundreds or more of employees. My last company, for example, had a very similar dynamic. We were 15 people working out of a flower shop in Mountain View, and we were absolutely crushing companies with thousands of employees and billions of dollars of capital available, right? It's a similar story with Streamloan.
I like it. I really do. Okay. Questions 13 and 14 are really two sides of the same coin. So question 13, what's been the best decision you've made so far?
It's a good question. You know, as a CEO, you're literally making, you know, thousands of micro decisions every week. And, you know, to play a kind of card out of Steve Jobs' book, you know, why do people wear the black turtleneck, is because it takes away one more decision, right? Because your ability to make decisions, you know, erodes by every incremental decision you have to make. But to boil it down, you know, we have to stay humble in this multi-trillion-dollar industry and really partner with customers, you know, early on to the atomic levels of detail across both mortgage and residential real estate, which are, you know, tightly intertwined. And, you know, I think it takes luck and it takes patience, but some good planning, right? To sit with both the CEO of you know, $2 billion mortgage lender or a mortgage processor, right? Who might be new to the organization that just left and joined or re-entered into the workforce after taking time off, right? And sitting with them and understanding their struggles. I think the important point is, you know, the decision, you know, that I made, coming back to the best decision, it's, you know, to stay humble, be curious, ask a lot of questions, and you know, and really get to know the industry and the organizations that you're working with. I think too many of us, and you know, definitely made this mistake, you know, early on in my career, you know, didn't get out of the classroom, out of the office often enough to sit and speak with customers, you know, to map out the business, to map out the industry, literally process by process, right? And figure out, like, how do you optimize? How do you you know, how do you make an impact on the industry? And if you haven't done that, it's hard to have the credibility to actually have a vision and drive towards that vision and have all the moving pieces, to impact something, especially as large as mortgage in the U.S.
Okay. So then question 14, what's been the worst decision you've made so far?
It really comes down to one thing, and this is truly, a single word, and then I'll expand a little bit. Pricing. And I mentioned it, and I kind of alluded to this in an earlier question or conversation topic we had. But pricing and value, it's very difficult in the enterprise space, especially in the early days, and for an industry that's unfolding right beneath you. Right? Digital mortgage has been around for about five years, effectively, as kind of 2015, 2016 point of sale, and in similar sort of cocktail party conversations have come up. So the mistake or the worst decision, I guess, or a mistake, was really pricing too high and too aggressively in the early days, right? Before we understood the value part of the equation. We're a pioneer of digital mortgage, and we've only been around for 5 years. And then, really the industry, the digital mortgage space has been around about the same time, plus or minus a little bit. So, as such, when we launched the platform, we charged a substantial premium. And we should have come in much lower, offering higher value to the customers before we were proven, right? Before we collected enough data and really understood which parts of the mortgage process, can we really move the dial. So, as a result, we learned the hard way, and as long as you learn quickly and run experiments, you make changes and keep going. And, effectively, we've done that now, providing, much higher value to customers.
That's great, actually. That's people need to hear this. They need to hear this because everybody, for some reason, thinks that, successful, fast-growing companies, they always get it right the first time. And I don't know that that's always true, All right.
It is not. Surely it's not.
All right, question 15. You can just free ball it. Is there anything you'd like to add that we maybe didn't cover that our listeners would like to hear?
Yeah, no, I really appreciate the discussion today and thoughtful questions. But just in summary, Streamloan is a mobile-first, cloud-based smart workflow solution that we white label for lenders. So lenders are our core customers, but we've built an ecosystem, right? Until the borrowers who are buying homes or refinancing, and the real estate agents and title and insurance and attorneys and all of the lending team are on a single platform of truth, right, that have access to real-time data and real-time notifications and communication and messaging, we will never, as an industry, sort of conquer this digital mortgage hurdle. So, we've stayed focused and true to that, building for mobile first, and then having a beautiful web product to complement it. And that's what we do. We're very passionate at Streamloan about helping our lender partners grow and sort of navigate the ups and the downs and the cyclical nature and the changes and the unpacking of innovation in the industry. So we're having fun doing what we're doing, and we're very committed to our customers' success.
You can feel the power coming through the phone line. Okay, listen, one more time. Let's have you state the name of the company and the URL where people can find out more about you.
Oh, thank you. Our company name is Streamloan, www.streamloan.io, STREAMLOAN, Streamloan. And if you mention our conversation that we had here on the podcast in a demo form on our website, you can find the link. It's easy to find. Just mention Biz Call Pod SL Q1 2021. If you can't remember that, any part of that reference is just fine, and we're happy to do something special for you for dialing in and participating in this call. So we'll offer 50% off Yeah, we'll offer 50% off your initial setup costs, and if you can get that in before the end of March, Q1, we'd be happy to honor that. Obviously, happy to help out after that, but that's what we can do is kind of a special thank you for having us on and for engaging.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the call.
If you'd like to plug your business on the Biz Call podcast, simply visit thebizcall.com and fill out the form. If you become a guest, you'll receive a free lifetime membership to the Biz Call discussion and networking list. If you're too shy, you can still join the Biz Call list at thebizcall.com.